What's up guys, this is Shan Heather and today we got Realme 5 Pro smartphone with us. We are going to perform a quick unboxing of its box. We're going to have a look on the device inside, few of its highlighted features, specs, and we will do all of the usual unboxing stuff in this video. But before that, if you have not subscribed to this channel so far, then press the subscribe button and do not forget to press the bell icon as well to get the notification for all of the future uploads. And you can also get in touch with me on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook by visiting the links given in the description below. And now let's start the unboxing. So this is the front side of the retail box of Realme 5 Pro. Here we got an image of the device. It comes with VOOC Flash Charge 3.0 and 48 megapixel quad camera. So we can see here in this picture itself that here we got the quad camera setup, a massive screen with a notch. On the back of the device we got the model number, the amount of RAM, that's 8GB and 128GB storage. Depending on your region you will also get 4GB and 6GB RAM variant along with 64GB storage. But here in Middle East, the 8GB RAM variant with 128GB storage is launched by Realme. So let's open this box and let's see what we got inside. And here we go. So welcome to Realme family. Here we got the quick start guide, some warranty information, and a silicon case. Here is the Realme 5 Pro smartphone. And then we got 20 watt VOOC Flash Charge 3.0 charger and a USB cable. There is SIM card tray ejector pin provided as well, and as you can see there is no earphone in this retail box of Realme 5 Pro. So these are the stuff you will find inside the retail box of Realme 5 Pro. The smartphone, silicon case, quick start guide, USB Type-C cable, SIM card tray ejector pin, and the 20 watt VOOC flash charger. So here is the Realme 5 Pro in sparkling blue color variant. And while it's booting up for the very first time, let me tell you about few of the highlighted features and hardware specs. So it comes with Qualcomm Snapdragon 712 processor, Adreno 616 GPU, 8GB RAM, 128GB storage. As we have already seen, it got quad camera setup. So we got 48 megapixel primary camera, 8 megapixel ultra wide angle lens, 2 megapixel dedicated macro lens, and 2 megapixel depth sensor for the bokeh effect. And then on the front side we got a 16 megapixel camera in this tiny little notch here. We got 4035 mAh battery, and talking about the screen, what we got is 6.3 inch Full HD Plus screen that is protected by Corning Gorilla Glass 3. So now I'm going to go through all of these setups and then we will have a look on the Realme 5 Pro. And here we go. So as you can see that it comes with Color OS 6. And here is the home screen of our Realme 5 Pro. So first of all, let's talk about the design. As I have already said, on the front side what we got is a 6.3 inch Full HD Plus screen. That's an IPS LCD screen obviously, and it is protected by Corning Gorilla Glass 3. So at the bottom of the device you can see that here we got a bit of chin. Also on the sides there is a bit of bezel as well, but it's pretty negligible. Once again at the top we got a bit of bezel that is as thick as the bezels on the side, and here we got the tiny notch where you will find the 16 megapixel front facing camera, and right above it there is an earpiece that is so tiny that it is not noticeable at the first glance. At the top of the device we got a microphone. At the bottom we got a speaker grill, USB Type-C, the primary microphone, and 3.5mm audio jack. On the left side of the device you will find the volume rockers along with the SIM card tray. The SIM card tray also got a dedicated micro SD card slot. So this is also one of the highlighted feature of the device, that it comes with a dedicated micro SD card slot. On the right hand side we got the power key, and if you have a look on the midsection of the device you can see that the color gradient effect of the back panel is also implemented on this section. So here it's blue and it goes towards violet, it's getting darker, and same you can see here that here we got the purple or violet color at the top, and at the bottom it's blue. So this is also a nice thing that we are getting symmetry in terms of color. But the most beautiful part of the design of Realme 5 Pro is the back panel. As you can see that it comes with geometric pattern and it looks pretty beautiful, and The color gradient effect is visible here as well. So at the bottom it's blue and then it goes to purple, and at some particular angle it goes so dark that it looks black, as you can see here. So the back panel is really beautiful, but it is made of plastic, so this is not glass, and so there is no Gorilla Glass or something on the back panel. And then we got a fingerprint sensor that is highlighted by this ring all across it, and it looks beautiful as well because you got the same kind of metal here around the camera module. So here we got the 48 megapixel primary camera, then 2 megapixel macro camera, 2 megapixel depth sensor, and at the top what we got is the ultra wide angle lens. Since the 48 megapixel primary camera is one of the highlighted feature of the device, it would be nice if this highlighted ring across the lens would be on the 48 megapixel camera instead of the 8 megapixel ultra wide angle lens. But still, in terms of design, it looks very beautiful and premium if you have a look on the back panel of Realme 5 Pro. The midsection comes with matte finish and it is made of plastic. So basically we got Corning Gorilla Glass screen on the front side, matte finished plastic midsection, and also the back panel that looks very much like a glass back panel. So in terms of design and build quality, Realme 5 Pro is one of the most beautiful smartphone in its segment. It comes with Gorilla Glass 3 protection. It got a 3.5mm audio jack. The back panel of the device is just too beautiful and it looks premium from every angle. The only drawback is that we got a bit of bezel here at the bottom and a notch at the top of the screen. But considering the price of this device, still it's not a deal breaker for sure. And now let's talk about the screen. Realme 5 Pro comes with 6.3 inch screen with full HD plus resolution. We got an IPS LCD display here on which you will get 409 ppi on this device. So the display is really nice and sharp even if I bring it so close to the camera. The viewing angles are great too, as you can see here. Talking about the brightness, it goes as high as this much brightness as you can see here, but in outdoors it will be a bit better. Still it's pretty impressive as you can see. And this is the minimum brightness we got. So the minimum brightness is quite impressive for sure because you can easily use the device without putting any strain on your eyes when it's dark. And if you go outside, you can just go as high as, can't even see where it's. Okay, so this is the brightness on auto, and here we go with the max. The screen is protected by Corning Gorilla Glass 3. And the good thing is that it also comes with a screen protector that is pre-applied on the device. So we got double protection here. As I have already mentioned, the only drawback is that here we got a bit of chain at the bottom and a notch at the top of the screen, but still both of these are not too much. And considering the price you are paying for this device, the screen to body ratio is still pretty impressive. And now let's talk about the software and UI. So this is the home screen. You can see that we got a set of Google application, Play Store, a set of useful apps called Tools. There is game space provided in Tools as well. And then here we got Phone Manager, File Manager, Music, Videos. You will get Google News, Facebook, Opera, and Aquamail pre-installed on this device. And if you go to the settings, here you can see all of the options and features that we got that you will find on most of the Realme smartphones running on the Color OS. And you can see that we got game space here in the settings of the device as well. So if you go to the About Phone section, here you can see that the Color OS version we got is 6. It is running on Android 9. Snapdragon 612 processor is what we got inside this device. 8GB RAM, 128GB storage, out of which 116GB is available. So nearly 12GB is preoccupied by the pre-installed applications and the ROM. The Android security patch level is of August 5, 2019. And I'm sure once I connect this device to the Wi-Fi, there will be any software upgrade available, and then it will bring the Android security patch level to the latest one. And if I go back from the settings and have a look on the recent tasks, you can see that out of 8GB, 550GB RAM is available. After booting up the device for the very first time without installing any application or running anything, you can see that in the recent task only setting is running. If I close it, it's still it's now 5.6. so we got a bit of improvement after closing all of these applications. So even after installing the applications and games, you will get at least 3.5 GB or 3 GB available for you most of the time. So you will be able to play some high-end heavy graphics game without any issue. But we will have a look on that thing in our detailed gaming review of Realme 5 Pro. Now I just want to give you an idea that how much RAM you are going to get right after booting the device. And now let's have a look on the camera. So this is the user interface that you will get on the camera application of Realme 5 Pro. So in the photo mode you can see we got HDR, wide angle lens. Here we got the chroma boost that enhances the color saturation of the objects. We got some filters. Here we got settings, some options. We will have a look on it later. We got the video mode, portrait mode, where you will get the beautification and the bokeh effect. If you tap on these three icons, you can get the option to select 48 megapixel lens, nightscape, panorama, expert, time lapse, slow motion and ultra macro. So we got the 2 megapixel dedicated lens just for the macro purpose and 8 megapixel lens for the wide angle. So let's take some picture of this tiny little minion here and let's see how good it's going to be on Realme 5 Pro. So the macro lens is getting turned on by itself using the AI technology. So now it's a bit blurred. Now it's in focus. So you have to keep this thing in mind as well, that if you bring it so close, even though it got a macro lens, it's getting out of focus and the picture will be a bit blurred. So you have to keep it at a proper distance. And now let's have a look on the pictures that we have just captured. So here we go. So this seems pretty good. If you have a look on this part, you can see lots of detail in everything. This part is a bit out of focus, the top part is in the focus, and the details, the amount of detail we are getting is too good. Here everything is in focus because the camera was a bit far, and once again the amount of detail is really impressive. Also, if you have a look on this part, this is the desk of which this toy was there, and you can see like we are getting even the structure and the pattern that is not clearly visible from the naked eye here is visible in this macro shot. So this is impressive for sure. Once again, plenty of detail, but this part is a bit blurred, the eyes, but here it is in focus, the legs and everything, so it's nice. And once again here you can see lots of detail in everything. These things are not even visible from the naked eye for sure. Once again this part is blurred around the mouth, a bit of eyes, but the hand, the legs are in focus. Maybe the macro lens is still not aligning it properly. Here it's good, everything is in focus, so it's nice. This part is once again a bit blurred, so it seems like we are ready. When macro lens is working perfectly, in one of the image where I kept the camera farthest, everything came in focus and the detail is really impressive, like in every way, all over the place. But when the camera is so close to the object, the macro lens is working properly, it's getting object in the focus but not all part of it. Even after zooming in a lot, you can see the details are not getting lost too much. And considering the size of this toy, the camera performance is so good. So at the first glance, the camera performance of Realme 5 Pro is impressive. It got some issues with the focusing, especially in the macro mode, because that's what we tried here in this video, the macro mode, because the object was so tiny. I was bringing camera close to the object and then the AI mode was turning on the macro mode. So in the detailed camera review of this device, we will have a look on all of the modes in different scenario and different condition with different objects to see how good it's going to be. But as I said, at the first glance, it's pretty impressive considering the amount of detail it is capturing in the images. So at the first glance, nearly everything about Realme 5 Pro is impressive. Considering its price and the segment, it comes with one of the best hardware specs available. Snapdragon 712 processor, 8GB RAM, 128GB storage, a quad camera setup with 48 megapixel camera, a great display with nice screen to body ratio. We got just a tiny bit of bezel here that's pretty negligible once you put a case or cover on it. The build quality is nice. The screen is protected by Corning Gorilla Glass 3 and the back of the device is just too beautiful. And you have just seen the camera performance of the device as well. So once again, considering the price and the segment in which Realme 5 Pro is launched, it fulfills every single requirement of the user and also provides some additional features and benefits as well. So that's all for now friends. Thanks for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, give it a thumbs up, share it with your friends, subscribe the channel and do not forget to press the bell icon to get the notification for future uploads. And I'll see you guys next time in another video. Have a nice day.